good morning. How are you? Well, analyzing Winter Park Hotel, we have different proposals that we will want to share with you. First of all, let's go back in what we are looking to improve. We know Winter Park Hotel has been doing really good. The demand has increased, and that's a good thing. But we also have to take in consideration what implies having a demand in the hotel. First of all, the costs in the restaurant increased, and we have to minimize them. Also, the waiting line in reception has to be taken care of. Since there's more demand, we may have the problem that the waiting time increases, and we can't take that risk. And well, we also have to see different locations for the new hotel and seeing which is the best alternative.
So these are the three questions or solutions we want to find. The first one is how can you reduce costs in food preparation? This one we're going to find it by linear programming. Second one, in which state is there the fastest growth rate of tourists for the new hotel? And for finding this solution, we are going to use forecasting. The third one is what can we do to improve the reception time? And for this, we are going to use the waiting line models.
So we did linear programming with the costs in the restaurants. We saw that the dish with the most impact is the meatballs. So we took the variables into consideration with the restrictions of each of the ingredients.
So as we said, we have to use linear programming to analyze this. The variables used are beef and pork. Beef has 20% of fat and 80% of meat, and pork has 32% of fat and 68% of meat. We have to know the restrictions. For fat is 25% and for meat 75%. The cost for beef is of 83 and for pork is of 55. We concluded that both of the variables, fat and meat, are binding constraints. That's because fat stays with 25% and meat with 75%. So by using solver, we can have the solution, which is beef being 58%, pork 42%, and the total cost of 71.33. This way we are minimizing the cost and we are maximizing the profit.
We did also a forecasting of the three states that we took in consideration for the new opening of the hotel.
The three states we are going to compare and analyze for us to know which is the best location for the new hotel is Zacatecas, Nuevo León, and Quintana Roo.
And we investigated about the tourists and the rooms occupied and found it that the best alternative is Quintana Roo. The growth of the tourism there is continuously increasing, and the results in the forecasting have been significant. The number of occupation of rooms is big, as well as the growth of tourism.
These are scatter plot diagrams, and we have them for Nuevo León, Quintana Roo, and Zacatecas. This helped us to see what's the arrival of the tourists and the occupation of the rooms. These are scatter plot diagrams, and here we can see how both of them follow a pattern of increasing and decreasing. We did two smoothing plots for each of the states for us to know the growth of arrivals and the occupation of rooms.
For the waiting line, we used waiting line models and did three alternatives that we thought that they may work.
So these are the three alternatives to improve guest service and reduce the waiting lines. The first one is a fast service. This one occupies 30% of all reserved rooms because corporate guests are pre-registered, taking only 2 minutes. So the average time registration will increase to 3.4 minutes. The second alternative is a single line system. A single line to be served with any of the 5 employees that we have. This option requires a lot of space in the lobby. And at last, the ATM technology. This one will be that 20% of the customers will be willing to use them, and a single line for those who prefer with employees, and we will have 5 employees serving. First, we have to know the current reception service. For the arrival rate, we have 1.5 guests per minute, and for the service rate, we have 1.67 guests per minute. For the average number of units in the whole system, we have 9 customers, and the average waiting time for the whole system is 6 minutes. In the 3 alternatives, we have the following results. In the ATM technology, the arrival rate is of 1.2 guests per minute. The service rate is of 1.67 guests per minute. In this alternative, we have 5 channels, and the whole customers in the whole system will be of 4.65 customers, and the whole waiting time is of 3.87 minutes. The second alternative is single line system. In this one, we have an arrival rate of 1.5 guests per minute and the service rate of 0.33 guests per minute. In this one, we have also 5 channels. The whole customers will be having in the service will be of 11.36 customers, and the waiting time in the whole system is of 7.57 minutes, which is almost 8 minutes, and it's a lot. The last alternative is the fast service. In this one, we'll be having an arrival rate of 1.5 guests per minute, and service rate of 1.18 guests per minute, and in the whole system, we'll be having 8.30 customers with a waiting time in the whole system of 7.90 minutes.
Comparing each of the results, we conclude that the best alternative to improve the registration service is to apply the ATM technology. The waiting in the whole service will be around the 3 and the 4 minutes. And in the average customers, the system will be about 5 customers. And comparing with the other alternatives, this gives a really good result and an efficient model.